My camera's still all screwed up from the other day, but we're gonna let it roll. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome to the South Park Phone Story Weekly Update. Welcome in. It is the South Park Phone Story Weekly Update for week number 15. Welcome in, Black, Star, Kirk, Jerome. Reaper's here as well. And Capium, welcome in, everybody. Early birds get the worms, or whatever. It's good to see you guys. Kirk, it's good to see you. You saying that you were a speech-language pathology reminded me of two things. One, every girl in the speech-language pathology program in my college was hot. Every single one of them. All of them. All 7. No, there's a lot. I swear to God, though, every single one of them. And then when I remember back in grade school and high school and stuff, our speech teacher, or speech, whatever you want to call her, she was always hot. She's always a young chick, always hot. Maybe it's a prerequisite. But also it reminded me that I had... when I was a kid, I had trouble with my R's. And if I'm really flowing, sometimes you'll hear it. What I would do is I would put R's would be W's. So it'd be like, wha. So like really was Willy or whatever. And it was only when I was really young. It was about 2nd grade I got rid of it. And I got rid of it. I'll explain how in a second. But I remember the impetus of how they found out that I was like, I'm sure they would have just heard me fucking talk. But, Bubby, hey. But we were doing like journals in like 2nd grade where we're like, hey, talk about something you really want to be when you grow up, or, you know, dumb shit like that. And you just like write a paragraph or whatever. I can't remember what it was, but I remember writing, I really, really, really want to ride on an airplane. But I didn't know how to spell really. I was like, how do you spell really? How do you spell that? What up, Reaper? Thanks for the sub. How do you spell really? And I was like, I sounded it out, right? So I was like, Willy won't go home. W-I-L-L-Y, Willy. I Willy want to ride on an airplane. And I wrote that. I wrote Willy. And I remember going, like, she was grading them or something, and she called me up and she's like, what is going on? What's this? And I was like, it's like, what, bitch? I want to ride on an airplane. What are you talking about? And she's like, what's this word? And I was like, I really, really, really want to ride on an airplane. What are you talking about? And then she wrote really, and like R-E-A-L-L-Y. And I was like, really? That's how you fucking spell that? And so 2nd grade, they send me to speech class in like some 3rd period or something like that. I leave class or whatever and go. And oh man, I did not go there more than one day. I fucking hated that place. All the stupid kids were there. I just fucking hated it, dude. All the kids with developmental diseases, I just fucking hated it. I was a fucking star student. I was taking 5th grade math in 2nd grade. I was not fucking gonna be in speech class because I couldn't say the letter R. So I went home with this little sheet that they gave me on like word, basically any word that had the letter R in it was on this list. And I just started fucking reading it, and I was like, rain, ring, stranded. And I was like, ooh, stranded. Ooh, stranger, string. Ooh, I can do that one. And so I just fucking sat there, and I was just like, ring, string, ring. And I just did that over and fucking over for like 2 days. And I was like, fuck that. I'm not a stupid person. I'm not going back to fucking speech class. So over that weekend, my mom was helping me. And I think my mom was the one that realized I could say like string, stranded and shit like that. And she's like, just fucking figure that out, homie. And I did it. And I'll still like white ribbon. That'll fuck me up. Red ribbon, white rabbit, shit like that'll fuck me up. Like if I'm fucking playing Alice in Wonderland and we're talking about the white rabbit, that shit's gonna fuck me up if I'm just like spraying it, right? But yeah, I got rid of that shit. I got rid of it. I got rid of that shit. What's up, Matt? What's up, Beefo? But yeah, that's my speech language pathology class. So, yeah. But dude, I will never forget the shame I felt walking into that room with those kids. I can't describe it to you. And I know that's probably shitty, but you have to understand, these kids couldn't read, and they couldn't read in high school either. So I wasn't just being a dick because some other guy had a speech problem. These kids were fucking stupid, and they also couldn't speak. So yeah, whatever. I'm a fucking prick. Anyway, welcome in everybody. Jimmy James Beefo, Matt is here. We are going to do the South Park Phone Story Weekly Update. If we end up getting to 40 viewers, we're giving away one of these bad boys. Those Mecha Timmies. They're a little bit more vibrant. My camera's kind of killing the... I put on a filter that puts me basically black and white. And so there is no dev update this week. The weekly update will be just us. We'll go over... I got a smudge in my glasses. We'll go over the games from last week. If you want to see all of the games, make sure you check out the corner. If you're on YouTube, there'll be a little eye in the corner over here. Well, you can't see my hand because it disappeared. Where'd it go? Ah! 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 Where is it? Anyway, come out here, you wascally wabbit. That Willy kicked your R's. Yeah. But yeah, I literally forced it into me, and like it wasn't that hard. I pretty much did most of them, but it was just if it started with like stuff in the middle of the word. Like when I wrote that fucking sentence out, I said, I willy wanna ride on an airplane. Like I didn't fuck those ones up. There's just some of them. Anyway, no update this week because of Easter. They had Monday off, so the update is coming out on Tuesday. So maybe if there's like balance updates or something like that, if there's something substantial, I'll do another video just on my own quick, just go over that and then throw that up on YouTube for you guys real quick. Talk shit about the comments. But otherwise, if it's just one telling us the weekly events and stuff like that, I won't. I'll probably update this video on YouTube so if you're watching it like on a Wednesday or something like that, it'll have like the event info or something like that. But otherwise, we'll just run it down. Get your cheesy poofs. You want to get your cheesy poofs, and I would recommend either using your cheesy poofs on SWOW or Kevin. I don't think epics are really worth the cost. If you have critters close to like 3 or 4 and you can get them to 3 or 4, like maybe you're sitting 20 out of 25 or something like that, do that. Like that's worth it. But if you're sitting 100, or if you're sitting at 20 out of 100 for level 5, don't fucking buy epics. Like it's just not worth it. When you can buy them for 700 PvP tickets or 5k cash, when you can do that, you're not fucking using cheesy poofs on them. So get either SWOW, or once you get SWOW to level 3, probably I'd say it's not worth it. And then, or if you're, if you've bought some and you're close to level 4, then, buy those ones. But otherwise, Kevin, I think, is going to be worth it. Kevin's a good card. If you pair Kevin with Freeze Ray, Chaos, and Sizzler, pretty damn good value. Along with what you can get out with like Garrison and like Hyperdrive and stuff now, it's just good. It's just good. But yeah, make sure you go tell all your teams in Discords and in your team chat and everything. I'm sure everybody's grinding, so hit up team chat that we are doing the update, because if we get 40 people, we're going to do a giveaway for one of these bad boys, and we don't want to miss that, so make sure you go hit everybody up. But we're going to start with the games from last week, as per usual. We're going to start with the Adventure Lock, and then we'll roll through all of them. Like I said earlier, if you want to see all of them, there'll be a link in the corner, or if you're here right now, I believe this will link you there. You just got Ice Sniper to 7. Dude, I'm close to 7 on Ice Sniper too. I think I'm at like 1350 out of 1500 on the main, so that's a good one. Good one to get to 7. Or no, maybe that... Actually, I think I have her 7 on the main. I think it must be another account that's that close. Maybe Blue Bucket has them that close. I'll have to look. But all right, so let's go through this. We got Bill Games from Get High Koopas. Don't mind that. What's up, Savage? All right, so this week, I feel like maybe we could have picked better. But it ended up working out all right for the Adventure Lock, at least. We only pretty much had Terrence. If I would have thought, I should have played Randy, because it's the same amount of... It's 5, and he's got like 300 extra health than Slave. So I don't think the heal at level 2 is worth it. I think just the general extra health of the Randy is going to be worth it. So we're going to see if this is going to be tough, because the level 4, oh god, level 5 cows. How are we going to deal with this? Frontier getting pushed away. The Terrence Mephisto not doing anything. Uh-oh, the hamsters, though, doing pretty good job. Not bad here. Something broke the Labard. The slave heal. What broke the slave heal? Mephisto? Oh, no, it was New Kid Blast. Okay. So we got lucky there. New Kid Blast clearing out the slave heal. Otherwise, we would have been sitting there for a year. We play the rats underneath the Terrence. Not worried about his AoE, because Terrence is busy attacking our Terrence, but the AoE dealt with our Bradley, which does not feel good. But we do have our Terrence Mephisto. We take our cows out to play. What are we going to do? Ooh, he's going to drop the target for the Mephisto. Even if the cows don't get hits, Mephisto will. Mephisto's getting pushed back, though, because the cows are getting pushed back. But the cows not getting dealt with at all by the level 2 Grand Wizard Cartman. And we go for 2, baby. Let's go. Level 1 Cartman coming out. Look who's going to have the advantage here. The Adventure Lock. I should have used Future Andy. The Adventure Lock showing up. That's where I realized that Future Andy was better. And Kyle surviving the level 5 Labard, even at level 3. The Grand Wizard, if he would have waited a little bit longer, would have been able to kill the Drow, but he doesn't play right there. Now we're going to be able to shield. Ooh, I like this. Ooh, I like this. Wait for it. Oh, reset the Drow and my new kid, or my Psalm, not new kid. And now we have the Randy out there that I said had a bunch more health. Labard comes out. And now we got to deal with... I think the only thing that can really deal with the slave, though, is that... I'm thinking, like, what can I break the slave with? The only thing that could have broken the slave was the Psalm there, probably. Now we're just waiting. Deciding what to do. You can very easily lose a match in the last few seconds on Adventure Lock when you have level 2 Executioner or something like that. But if I put the cows right over the Drow, they will knock them back and they'll do plenty of damage to them. The Drow has been dealt with. We're going to go ahead and drop the rats out because the Labard's the only thing that the rats can deal with. And the 2 cows bring it home with the Frontier Bradley boost. Booyah. All right, we got game over. Kaiji. What's up, Symptomatic Sea Urchin? How you doing? What do we got? All right, leading with the Coop, what I think is maybe the worst play you can do this week. Leading with Coop is absolutely boneheaded. I mean, if that Drow would have been Frontier, he would have done a little damage to me, but wouldn't have been that big of a deal. At this point, he's at a pretty big disadvantage. We're going to go ahead and drop those out. They don't get hit by Grand Wizard. Hamsters were great this week. We're going to drop that. Does hit the new kid, so we're in a bit of panic mode here. We just realized that level 5 is going to hit new kid 1 or 2 more times. So we're going to go ahead and push his happy little ass away from our new kid to make sure that doesn't happen again. The level 3 Psalm does deal with the... Oh, look at this Cartman. The Psalm deals with the cows, but we just had to make sure that he didn't take the bar with that fucking Cartman blast right there. Now we're going to have a little bit of a lead. We do have level 5 Grand Wizard and level 5 Psalm on this account, which is a huge advantage. Those levels definitely showing out right now for us. But, you know, because we have these levels, we play a different way intentionally. The Labard not killing the Paladin. It's what actually let him survive and let me kill the Grand Wizard there. Otherwise, we might have been in a little bit of trouble. Sam does get dealt with, though. Dealt with? Dealt with? Dealt with? Dealt with. Dealed? Does this guy have level 6 cows? The Frontier coming out, so we know that the Coop is probably next, followed by the cows. There's the cows. We're going to drop the Drow. The Drow early enough blocks all of the cow damage except the first one. You block the 2 there, and the damage comes out, and they only get 1 hit off because of that perfect defense there. It's almost like I've done this before fucking 15 times. This deck is a repeat from a couple weeks ago, 5 weeks ago. This next deck for next week is about October. When was that one was? So a little bit more than 5 weeks, but we're gonna go ahead and drop the cows in the corner. One of them did get hit, but the other 2 coming around. Now they are flattened out a little bit, which actually benefits me because the top one will go around easier to the side and knock back the Sam in the process, getting that AoE on the Coop, which really limits their value, and getting a little bit of extra hits on that. Now this actually, so right here, this was, is this where, no. Oh, maybe this wasn't the... No, this wasn't the game. There's one game where the way New Kid Blast worked, it like put me at a huge disadvantage. Because I think my Sam was about to clear all his units out, and then New Kid Blast killed my Sam, and then I was like, oh shit, what do I, like everything's dead now, how do I deal with this push? But I ended up, we'll see if that one's later. The Frontier was a little late. We already kicked ass, killed all his units. You can save the Sam because there's nothing I don't have to worry about. I don't have to worry about you know, like something like Sizzler stopping me from using my ability or anything like that. Like I can sit there with Sam as a huge threat because I know there's nothing that he can just put out that can kill me. Labard maybe, but that'd be a waste. So this one I believe was just a game where like the guy was fairly high ranked, but I just fucking manhandled him. The level 5 cows to lead, never really a good choice. You put Stan on the little bottom side, and you make sure you put it after they already started hitting so he doesn't get knocked away. Get some extra damage there. The Paladin on the top side, and now you have a nice push built. You go ahead and wait it out. Drop the Sam to kill the Drow at the same time as the Paladin. The new kid is not helping out here. Now we're going to drop the cows because Frontier survives. Oh, man. Sometimes I just fucking beat on people and I feel bad about it. Level 4 Sam only on this one, but we do have the level 5 Frontier, which gives us a little bit of an advantage. The Catapult is 6. I believe everything else is 6. I don't know what he thought that Terrence Mephisto was going to do. But that's why for cow weeks, never lead cows. It's just never going to be the right choice. You just spent 5 energy that you're not going to be able to use to defend. And even if... especially early on, because that's like if it's late and you have 10 energy and you lead cows, you know, maybe that'll work. But no, like early on, like you just spent half your energy, then you don't get it very quickly. And I have all the units because they're not going to kill any of my units usually. And I'll have all the units that I use to deal with your cows. Whether or not I lose the bar, I'm not worried. Not worried at all. All right, we got the main versus Coon Death Squad. Let's see what we got. We got Hot Potato 57. And I did actually on Definitely Not Glanzer, my first game, I beat Taco Tegrity from Tidal Wave. Beat him pretty handily. The biggest turning point in that game was I played Kyle the Drow Elves right here when he had Slave coming here, and I played my Sam on the Slave, was able to break the Slave really easily and just rolled him from there basically. Wow, I don't know why he held that Sam for so long. But when wow, look at that. Look at that. What unlucky shit is that? The one card he probably wanted to cock. Whoops. Whoops. Definitely not Glanzer. But yeah, anyway, so I beat him. But then when when the game was about to end, I opened the snap tool or whatever to take a snapshot of it quick. Because I was going to send that to Mex. And because I always tell him what happens on that account. And my computer fucked up. Like my BlueStacks, like it was frozen in the window to like capture a thing, but it's like I couldn't do anything. And I ended up having to restart my computer, and the recording was corrupted, and nothing I could do. It's kind of a hassle. Nice. Actually, that extra, interestingly enough, that extra shield on the new kid allowed me to chip damage the drow just enough where I'll probably kill the drow with the cows really easily, and then shield them up. I honestly don't get how people could struggle with this deck. It's so fucking easy to me. It just, I don't know, this deck just makes sense. It helps that I had Catapult pretty much every damn game, but the deck we picked was just flawless. I felt in control at every moment of every game. Even if I was down a bar, I never felt... I didn't have a single moment of like, oh shit, I might lose this game this week. And I'm pretty sure that week before I went undefeated as well, what this originally was. Because I just get this shit. Like, it just makes sense to me, you know? I understand how to deal with the drow. I understand how to deal with the cows without losing too much energy. I think the biggest part of the problem is people try to deal with the cows and they put so much energy into it that they end up fucking themselves. Like, lose the bar, it doesn't matter. Sam to deal with the slave, very easy. That was very similar to how it actually played out against the other guy. Because now I have pretty much my entire deck out. And he's got, these could be level 7 cows, and I would kill them before they get to me. And then I just shielded up. I shielded that because I didn't want Frontier to die from the stampede. Now I bring my cows in, and they're actually useful. His Sam is going to be able to hit me, but I got the drow if I time it just right. Oh, this is the moment. This is the moment I was talking about. I thought my shit was going to get shielded, but because I waited too long and Sam hit me, or no, I guess not. It was Frontier's hit that hit. I blew up before, and I got stunned for 2 seconds before drow could use the ability, and then Sam fucking wiped me, and I was like, oh shit. I might lose this now. I might fucking lose. But then I'm thinking, you know what? I got it. Grand Wizard Cartman targeting really well. Use the ability, doesn't matter. The hamsters come out. He does not break my slave. Oh, he does break my slave. Lucky for him. Lucky for him. We're still in good shape here, though. Next set of cows fucks them. We don't want to rely on the Sam for the ability this week. We just, like, it's kind of a bonus because most of the time he's going to get transmogged. But in this case, I'm just slow playing a bit. I want him on my side. I knew the Frontier was coming, so I figured I'd probably want to have my shield ready. The Sam comes out, even if he power binds me, doesn't matter because he already got 4 value, so I don't care what happens after now. So now if he uses a bunch of energy to deal with the Sam, good. Doesn't matter to me. Everything that he uses is my benefit, but the Sam still survives because he's 5 and he's a badass. So Sam goes through, hits new kid. My cocks don't get hit, still controlled by Frontier. We have the 2 coming from behind. Sam still alive, and our cocks are going to roll right through his. Our cows are going to roll through his, and our Frontier is going to wreck him. Sad. All right, we got Bean 412 from Fuck 'em to Death Riot. Bean, the magical fruit. I'd say the good lead is Paladin or Hamster's mid, either way, depending on how you're feeling. Cows level 6 come out. We're going to put the Grand Wizard mid side just to get the damage ready for the ability. He gets pushed over, and he does actually get glitched a little bit because he's still pushing, but I was mostly waiting for the ability more than anything. So the Sam comes out, doesn't really do much damage at all. The Powerbind comes out, does a pretty good Powerbind, but now we know the Drow is going to be just fine. So we're going to wait until he uses the Sam ability to play the Frontier, so Frontier doesn't take any damage. We play the Frontier, and we get a couple of hits onto the new kid, a la the Sam, and he takes a bar, actually. Very nice there, very nice. We're going to actually support on the top side with the roosters because they'll actually potentially protect the frontier. Unfortunately, they didn't because he got on the attack quicker, but ends up working out. We're going to power bind the drow. We actually don't have anything to deal with the slave right now, so we're in a bit of a trouble. We're in a bit of a pickle, but we get some extra hits over on the drow, which allows this Labard to be very helpful. Deals with those in the back and breaks the slave heal. No, it doesn't break the slave heal. That's unfortunate. We're going to have the paladin in the back. Still not breaking the heal, but the cows on the top side, or the cocks on the top side, not getting stopped. Finally, the slave heal breaks. The cocks are probably going to take this bar if they hit Nukid. Yes, they will. Good break for him. The paladin hits the Timmy. The ability comes, or the power bind comes out, but Sam was able to use his ability before it happened, so that was good. Now we're going to get a couple hamsters out to deal with the coop. All right, Sam is going to help deal with the cows a little bit. We got to be careful here, but the hamsters help out as well. We put the drow out for that extra damage, and we're able to survive. Sam left on the bottom side. What's he going to do? We shield him, power bind the Sam so he doesn't deal with us. Now we got extra help from the frontier. The paladin comes through perfectly. The paladin on his side dies. The rats come out perfectly landed when the shield ends, and the rats will finish it out. No, the Labard comes out, and we finish it out. Moody Buckethead surviving level 6 cows and level 7 Labard. What a loser. And we got one more for you. Johnny Big Bones. Bilbo, what's up, buddy? Happy and welcome. Welcome. Jimmy James, that was a good one indeed. Indeed. All right, now we have definitely not Glanzer, who has a pretty good deck. Level 7 Labard, 5 Bradley, 5 Executioner. We're short the Grand Wizard Cartman, but 4 is plenty. And the Stan of Many Moons is 4, which is noticeable at times because I'm super used to the 5, honestly. So the 4 dies a little bit sooner than I think it should sometimes, but right now, nothing really scares me. No real reason to power bind the drow. He can heal his fucking slave all he wants. I don't care. That was Grand Wizard. I would have probably used the power bind on him. We're just going to build. So I actually I'm not using Grand Wizard's ability intentionally because I don't want to break Slave's heal, actually. I wanted to just amass some cocks and then break it. So that worked out. I ended up getting 4 cocks in spot, but he's able to counter it with the Labard. But we're able to put some AoE out to deal with that a little bit better than he probably thought we would. The knockback from the Timmy actually helps a lot, but the AoE from the Roosters is doing work on this backline. The Timmy, or the Paladin, sorry, coming in and helping Timmy ready to charge. Not bad, not bad. Well played. The tempo from the Coop. Coop is a very interesting card because it can be very good like it is right now, or you can play right into your enemy and end up losing because you played Coop. So Coop is one card I try not to pick in most teams because I truly think most players will play it poorly. But as you saw there for me on defense, it worked out pretty well. We don't have a lot of damage here, but we have a 2-bar lead on him, so we're going to just let him do what he can here. I actually mistimed that shield a little bit. I could have shielded a little later and shielded more damage. But we're able to stop him from getting 2. I mean, that was a good power bind, but I still have 12 energy on the floor, right? So he's still gonna have trouble stopping the cows now that he's 2 energy short. The slave is not gonna help deal with the cows. The Labard kind of does, but not too much. You put the frontier out for good measure. 1 damage he had. No, he bailed. Oh, I see what happened. No, he got a paladin shield. He got a paladin shield at 1 health. He's got 1 health right now. And then I stopped the recording. He's got 1 health right now. You can't really see it. Oh, it's crazy. Crazy. All right, well, that does it for last week. This is going to be a pretty short update because we don't have the weekly update, which usually keeps us yapping for a while. But I told a story earlier, so it'll probably go a little bit longer. But this week we will look at the deck. And like I said, this is a repeat of a week in October. I think it was the last week of October, if I recall correctly. One more story. I don't have a whole lot of stories. One more story. One more joke. All right. So, as I always do, let me see if I remember this week. The End, Frontier, Satan, Timmy, Member Berries. Yeah, I remember this week. Yeah, Member Pig. Oh, shit. Member Berries? Did we pick Member Berries last time? Probably had to. So there I was. What happened with packs and jokes? Honestly, I've been saving a bunch so that I could do a really long joke. So we'll have one on YouTube coming up here pretty soon. That'll be kind of long. And then I'll go back to the TikTok ones. And a couple, I did actually skip a couple too because I opened them on my phone and I was like, oh shit. No, it won't be the moth. The light was on. The light was on. Anyway. All right, let's get started. Super Fart versus Freeze Ray. Am I going to play South Park? No, because the Warriors are playing tonight and I want to watch them after this. So, no. I refuse. I refuse. Yeah, Norm was one of the few deaths that actually kind of sucked. Cuz I listened to his podcast and shit, you know. I think probably the only two celebrity deaths that ever like actually impacted my life because either I consumed some sort of media that they consumed or I just like just whatever feeling it was Norm Macdonald and when Kobe died, dude. That fucking hit me. I fucking loved Kobe. Love Kobe. Fucking love Kobe. Carlin was old. Like, old people die. That doesn't really bother me. If an old person dies, I'm not gonna be like, oh no, it's the end of the world. Like, I've been preparing myself for old people to die my whole life. Patrice, see, I love him and love his comedy, but I didn't really consume anything that he really did at the time of his death, you know? Same with Hedberg. Hedberg was kind of before my time. I was pretty young when he died. Alexa, when did Hedberg die? I think he knows who Hedberg is. Mitch Hedberg. Yeah, 2005. I was not watching comedy in 2005. 2005, I would have been in. Well, maybe a little bit. Not fucking Mitch Hedberg, though. I would have been like Dane Cook and shit, because I would have been like a junior high kid. I'm not listening to Mitch Hedberg in junior high. George Carlin, I did love in Dogma, though. What's the difference between Kobe Steak and Kobe Bryant? Something about being charred or something. Mitch Hedberg was really funny. What a weird delivery he had. Yeah, actually, Jerome, we have a Hedberg, because I love Hedberg so much, we have a Hedberg command where at any point, if you do ! Hedberg, it'll pop up a Hedberg quote. I need to add some more to that, but there's probably 50 of them. Got a bunch of his stand-ups burned on CD. Yeah, he's good, man. I used to do drugs. I still do, but I used to, too. You don't want a Kobe steak well done. Which one's which? Jesus. I think the funniest meme I saw when Kobe died was... it was a cartoon, and it was an image of God, like, throwing away a paper ball like into a wastebasket, you know, and you go Kobe, except instead of a paper ball in a wastebasket, it was a helicopter and a mountain. And he's like, Kobe. Oh god, that's fucking funny. Guess who just quit smoking? Kobe. My brother named their dog Kobe. I mean, careful, Will Smith might slap you. All right, so Freeze Ray versus Super Fart. Freeze Ray is my shit. You guys know I love Freeze Ray as a spell. Super Fart is only good to use after you beat somebody and then fart on them. So it doesn't it kills rats, I guess. But this week I would probably say Smuggler's the choice. But yeah, Freeze Ray for sure. Catapult versus Timmy. Is there Slave? Yeah, there's Slave. Would you want to run Santa instead of Slave? So Santa, you could have double Grand Wizard, but you wouldn't want to do that because of Leanne. Also, if you play double tanks, it pretty much guarantees they're going to get a double Member Berry on you. I'd say if... It's funny because I could just find the weekly update I already did and just like rewatch it. I think we'll have to kind of think about it because if Slave is the option, I think Timmy might be the option to have something that can help break him because none of the fucking assassins can really do it. Smuggler can if you can get a couple of stacks on him, but Astro fucking can't. I don't think Deckhand can. Astro definitely can't. The rats can, but you have to be really good with it. You have to play the rats around him perfectly so they land 1, 2, 3, 4 around him. Then they'll attack him all at the same time, and then you'll be able to break his heal with them. But if you stagger them at all, they'll attack him separately, and it'll make it worse. So it's kind of a gamble if you don't know how to do it. I'm playing these rats perfectly. Exactly. That's the type of shit you learn on this stream. But otherwise, Catapult is always good. Like, always good. Potentially, Catapult could feed an extra unit to the battle next to the Leanne that could help you survive. Leanne, maybe. Archangel, I feel like, is going to be the choice when there's 3 tanks, though. Well, I guess it's 2 tanks. Satan doesn't really count. Yeah, I think we did Timmy, Pirate Ship Timmy last time. Helps with a lot of the swarm and stuff, and just as good as Catapult, really, but just kind of a different card. I'll have to double check. Honestly, I'll go back and look at the thing and kind of decide. New kid damage too, potentially. Yeah, that's true. A lot of swarm to be out there though to protect it, but yeah, I mean it kills any of the assassins straight up. It's pretty good AoE. I think it's definitely useful for sure, especially since everything will be like around your tank hitting it. Medusa versus Satan. I'd say Satan would deal with Archangel. Doesn't really even tickle the tanks. Medusa, honestly, I'd go Medusa just to potentially kill the Leanne and make the Leanne worthless, or the Slave as well. Not the Slave's not worthless, but stopping the cocks is hold on. Oh, sorry, I had a massive sneeze. I think the Medusa potentially shutting down the Leanne could be enough of a reason for me to want to run her. Astro versus Deckhand. I like the Deckhand to be able to potentially heal any of the 3-4 tanky fighters. You could heal Witch, you could heal Man Bear Pig or Grand Wizard Cartman, you could heal Leanne, you could heal Slave or Satan, or Santa, sorry. You could heal Satan too, I guess, yeah. Healing Medusa is not a bad thing. Medusa gets hit by a new kid once. Then you lead Deckhand for the next bar. Deckhand dies, Medusa's full health. Not bad. Bubby's right here, actually. Bubby. Do I have a camera? Do I have Bubby Cam on this? I don't think I have Bubby Cam on this thing. Let me add it. Bubby. Booby. Bub. Oh. So we have a lot of opportunities to heal the deckhand, so I think that's a good choice for sure. I'm sure that's what we would have picked last time too. Santa versus the slave. Slave gets stopped by not a lot. Could potentially be poisoned, which makes it even harder to deal with him. If he gets hit by Medusa, not having the Cox isn't the biggest deal, so that's not a big problem. Grand Wizard Cartman does deal with him though. It does deal with the heal. I would always try to play Grand Wizard on the enemy slave, and then play your Leanne on the enemy Grand Wizard, or Main Bear Pig, whichever one they pick. Man, actually, you might not be able to go. I think the problem is, if you don't run Leanne, and some fucking moron just leads Man Bear Pig midline, you might not be able to stop him. If you don't have your Grand Wizard Cartman at that exact moment, or your slave possibly would work too. I think Leanne, you just need Leanne to be able to have another option. If you have 3 options for that, you're probably going to have it in your hand. Or be able to cycle to it with like 1 card, but yeah, I think that, or I mean, even if it's Grand Wizard Cartman mid too, like it's the same thing. 5 steps in Grand Wizards within New Kid range, so if you don't have something to put out right away, then you have to maybe waste the energy of like the witch or the Nelly or whatever it might be. So yeah, I like the slave idea, because that's also just an extra thing that people might need to remove. So what I would want to do is I would want people to remove my remove my slave with Leanne, thinking that's good, and then play Grand Wizard. Support Grand Wizard with the witch, then you have a stun and a slow. Should work out. AQR I think is a good idea. You could potentially kill the angel in the backline. She can't heal herself, remember. You could kill the Bradley if they play the Bradley. You can kill the enemy Nicole. No matter how stacked she gets, AQR is going to end up killing her eventually. So I like the AQR. But honestly, the deck is so fucking fat too that I feel like if you do Nicole, you got to go with Catapult for sure. And then I would probably go the Coop. Then Rats probably too. Rats probably wouldn't be that as big of a deal as the Coop and the Catapult though. If you go AQR, you might want to save energy elsewhere. So you'd want to take the Smuggler. Definitely take Angel's the choice this week. Angel's a great Team Wars card. Really good Team Wars card. Witch is the choice here too. Even though Nelly might be able to deal with the Cocks and the Roosters and shit like that, I don't think she one-shots him still, so it's like not really good. Witch is slow, I think. Potentially slowing the Grand Wizard ability going off and stuff like that. That's going to be useful. Could also slow the Nicole that has 400 attack. That might let you survive. So I think definitely Witch. I would say Rats only if you take the Nicole. Otherwise, you're going to want Smuggler to potentially deal with the Slave. And, just chunk the Man Bear Pig potentially if Man Bear Pig's on tank. Whatever it might be. Smuggler can get some good value. I think Leanne's the choice, like I was saying. I think probably Slave for sure. The stuff you can pair with if Drow is an option, I'd say Santa might be better, but the stuff you can pair with the Santa just isn't that great this week. And then for Coop, obviously if you go Nicole, you'll want to go Coop. I think you got to go Coop either way. I think Member Berries is too much of a potential disadvantage if you play the wrong card at the wrong time. And in Team Wars, that's much more impactful, I think. You know, another reason you'd probably want to run the Leanne is in fact they, you know, in case they do something crazy with the Manbear or with the member berries, you know, and get Grand Wizard or get, you know, Manbear Pig and Santa. But the way that those kinds of decks work is that you can't really, they don't really work unless you build the deck completely around it. And when you have like Angel, Wendy, Nicole, you know, Medusa, Timmy's, cards that might be stuck in your hand for a while and aren't going to necessarily, you know, are going to be bad if member berries pull them, right? So you could have potential bad pulls, and that's going to just cost you the game. I don't think that's worth it. I think the consistency of a Team Wars deck is the most important part, and member berries just isn't consistent. It's very easy for me to well, I wouldn't say it's necessarily easy or hard either way. It's just like it's not easy. Might not necessarily be hard, but it's not easy. It's not simple. So you can't trust 50 people in 150 matches to be able to get value out of that card and not waste it. And if you lose 5 energy in a Team Wars game, you're probably going to lose. So I would say the Coop, which means that probably Nicole's the better choice too. Nicole just potentially gets Leanne though as well. So her value really gets limited because of that card alone, unless Medusa stops the Leanne. A lot of the Swarm actually limits Nicole too, because if you get them stacked, if you get Nicole stacked and you put Coop opposite her, she's just gonna waste a lot of time attacking Cock, probably similar to her teen years. So I think I like Coop. You like that, Bubby? Does it taste good? Yeah, I think I like the Coop. I feel like member berries is just too easy to fuck up. And somebody does it one time and they'll lose. Right? So could people possibly lose to the member berries too? Yeah, but they'd have to pull, I mean, even if they pull double good cards, you should still have Leanne to be able to kind of deal with them. So you shouldn't instantly lose. Yeah, I think it'd be really easy to pull like a rat or something like that for the member berries. So you maybe wouldn't want to try. That's my story. And I'm sticking to it. Bubba. Hey, boy. Look over here, Bubba. Look over here. Yeah, you're such a good boy. You're such a good baby. You're the baby. Morning Glory. All right. You have a Morning Glory. All right. It's a good story, too. Yeah, all right, then. Do you have Morning Glory? Bubba, you're so cute with your little curled paws. Look at Bubba. Oh, you dropped one. Look at him. Now he's a baller. Now he's balling. Bubba, why are you not zoomed in? Bubby. Hold on, let me fix auto zoom. No, focus. Boop. Boop. Oh. Whoa. The camera's just not focusing on him. It's not focusing on our boy. Oh, it's little baby Albus. Look at baby Albus. He's so cute. Oh, he's just a little boy. He was just a little boy. His ears are still the same exact size. All right. Well, that does it. That does it for the weekly update this week. There's not much else going on. Just get your cheesy poofs done. Get your events done. Not much else going on. Hopefully some good news tomorrow. Some balance updates. Maybe a new card or something. But we will be streaming tomorrow. We will be grinding the cheesy poofs, whatever event there might be, or just grinding some lockers for some extras, whatever it might be. And we will see you then. And we didn't quite get to 40. I didn't think we would because we weren't going for very long. It usually takes people a while to roll in. But tomorrow we will be streaming for quite a while. I'm going to try to get a lot of South Park in, as well as maybe try some Fall Guys, because Jimmy's going to play some Fall Guys with us. I hope you're practicing, Jimmy. But Bubby, quit staring at my ghosts. You're freaking me out. Heat wave is freaking me out. Bubby is freaking me out. All right. Peace out, everybody. Peace out, Girl Scouts.